that was the other experience I encountered in this country. When I was a young boy growing up in Africa, first of all, I never had a jacket.
You never knew.
That's not because my parents couldn't afford one, but because I didn't need it.
You didn't need it, like.
In this country, you need a jacket, not one, but a number of jackets. Because you want to be stylish. You don't want to keep the same jacket from year in, year out.
Yeah.
A jumper. No. We used to have things like this, t-shirt and shorts or trousers, and it's easy, you don't worry about the weather. So let me tell you my experience. When I first came into this country, I came around the months of November.
That's winter.
Winter starting, and we're getting there to proper winter.
Yeah.
It came December, and winter was strong and snow was falling. Guess what? I had gone to work on that day when it snowed heavily. First time to experience snow. I had never seen it in my life. First experience. I'm a novice in this area. So I was looking and I'm like, okay, maybe it's snowing for a few minutes and it's gonna stop. It did not stop.
Didn't you take pictures? Most people didn't.
No, I just got scared.
And you got scared?
I got scared. I said, what's gonna happen?
What's gonna happen? Am I gonna turn into snow myself?
When I finish
Hi everyone, my name is Claire Klassy. Welcome back. This is the third episode of the Klassy Chat Show, and today we're going to be discussing a very important topic, which is life in diaspora. You may call it diaspora. It depends where you studied and how you pronounce and the accent you have, but it is the same thing. And we're gonna have a very special guest here today, and this special guest will come and join us very soon. You can't wait to see them. And before, could you please subscribe to the channel, support us on here, like our comment, share it with your friends and family, and so let's first of all describe the word diaspora. This means like when a group of people move away from their original homeland and come and live elsewhere in a different country. It may be in the US, it may be in England, it may be in another different Western country. And also, like even people like, for instance, I'm Ugandan, you already know, I've said this more than enough on the channel. Even people like who are Ugandans, if they cross over to the neighboring country like Kenya, they will be living in diaspora because they're not living originally where they were born, where their ancestors live. So this is what we're going to talk about today: the challenges we face, the benefits we get by moving from home and settling here. And I will introduce to you our special guest now. Please join us. It's Uncle Jeff.
Hello, Uncle Jeffrey here. I'm excited to be here.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for honoring our invite. And we know you are a busy person. You work, you do a lot of things, but you agreed to come and be on the show. So nice to see you. And could you please tell us a bit about yourself, Uncle Jeff?
Yes, thank you for having me. But before we go there, may I encourage everyone to subscribe to the channel? Klassy Chat Show.
Yes.
Is the place to go and place to be.
Thank
so please
you.
Press that button and subscribe, because we need you.
We do.
Just like you need us. We need each other, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Okay, my name is Jeffrey, and I've been in this country for over 10 years now.
Wow, 10 years already.
There is a lot I've gone through, experiences there, and I'm happy to share this experience with everyone who is watching and listening to us. So here I am.
Okay, Uncle Jeff, it's nice to see you. Like I've already mentioned, I'm overly excited to have you here. As always, like me and Uncle Jeff, we've known each other for years, going back like over 10 years. We are family, like you know, so I can't be excited enough to have him here. So Uncle Jeff, like, you know, life in diaspora, yeah? So we are here to talk about this topic. People debate about it a lot. Okay, so like we've already introduced the topic, We know that people immigrate here due to different reasons. Some of them are students, some of them come here to work on with workers permits, and they come from different parts of the world, like you know, some are Caribbean, Asians. We all come and meet here from different walks of life. So we are all coming here to look for greener pastures, because that's what we think when we are coming here. But you know, we don't know, like sometimes there are a lot of challenges to get there, to make it in life. And so I just want to ask Uncle Jeff, because obviously we're going to we are commenting according to the life in the UK, because we live here, but we guess this is going to be relating to people who live elsewhere. It may be in the US, it may be in another country, so I guess there are common challenges we face, like because we have to make a new life, we have to different things. So Uncle Jeff, since you came here, like you said, 10 years ago, what are things that you wish, or I wish somebody told me this before I came, I wish like I had known? What is that thing that you feel if somebody is back home wanting to come to the UK, what should they know?
Right. I thank you for that question, and I think you are not the only person asking this question. Out there, the friends we meet and talk to, they put themselves in a situation and ask, what is that one key point I should have known before coming to this country?
Exactly.
One of them, it could be the kind of work you're going to do in this country. So when we come here, we are focused on finding work and making money. And we think it's a guarantee that once I find work, I'll make money and become better and improve my life.
That's what I thought.
But I tell you what, it's not the case.
It's not the case.
Stay right there. We're going to spill the beans.
Yeah.
Right.
Right there. Just get your cup of tea, get your drink, and please stay with us to the end, because we are going to be discussing different aspects. And please, if you have any other point that you feel that we haven't mentioned, maybe you're experiencing this where you are, it may be in Australia, please put it down in the comment box. We would like to hear from you. Thank you. Yeah.
So you come here, in most cases, most people who come here, just like me, they don't have a qualification. And now look, you've come into this country, what is in your head is that I'm gonna make money. But when you come here, most of the good jobs that will pay you well will need a qualification, which you don't have. And no one tells you that while you are in your country of origin, or even when you drop into this country, you have this excitement and this new exposure.
Excitement, I like that.
And you think things are just going to be moving on smoothly. But I tell you, the challenge is huge. First of all, when you come here, you need to find accommodation. And you find out that most people who come into the UK will not have a decent accommodation. Some of them will live, they even sleep on the street. I've spoken to a few friends who sleep on the street. Or if not, you'll sleep in someone's house in the sofa. Because when you came, you didn't come with your house. You're only coming to meet someone, a friend, a relative, and it's going to help you sleep somewhere. You have to adapt to the situation you find here. Because you didn't bring your house, you didn't bring your bed sheets, you didn't come with enough money. So you are at the mercy of that person who is hosting you. And you are becoming a burden to that person, because life is difficult here. So this person is trying to make ends meet, but you've come in. So before we even go any further, I would ask whoever is coming into this country to be humble enough and be appreciative of that person who hosts you in this country. Many times people forget. They think, after all, this is my relative. They will have to host me anyway. They will have to look after me. I know
all relatives will be happy to help. And especially adding on to that is when people have made it after they've gone over like all these issues and they've gotten their job now, they've kind of like made it here, so they forget the person who initially helped them. So Uncle Jeff is saying you have to remember and always say thank you to that person, because you know there is a lot of risks country when it's cold, it's very cold, yeah?
Yeah.
Isn't it? Because
It is.
like winter is the longest period of the year. When I first came here, like the months were divided equally. Like you would have like 6 cold months, let's say, and then you would have 6 warm ones. But now winter takes up almost the whole year, like about 9 months. It's cold. Right now it's supposed to be hot. Yes, today we have a bit of sun out, but yesterday was raining. There is weather forecast like showing up like of rain every day. So it's I wouldn't say terrible weather, but you know what I mean, because coming from Africa, it is tropical weather throughout the year, so it is really different.
So
Uncle Jeff, you just mentioned about the weather. Could you please just tell us more about the England weather? Because for sure, one thing I know, when you come, initially you are excited, like you've never seen winter, you want to see the snow, you want to see what's going on. Like, you know, in Africa, we just have one season, yeah? It's always shining, even when it rains, you know? But when you will come here, you check out all these other seasons, 4 seasons, autumn, spring, winter, you know, so we get excited when we come back. Winter is not a joke, guys, like, you know, because like 2 days ago I was speaking to one of my friends. They live in America as well, but they were saying, oh, I want to come round to visit you guys in the UK, but the thing is, with you guys there, you work a lot. You work so much. Like when I come there, nobody is up for taking me out or taking me to see places and stuff. You go work, you work 2 different 3 jobs, and then you come back, it's rained on you. When this person said this, like I was like, what? They are saying we work a lot, that we even get rained on, we are wet, we are miserable and stuff. So basically, it's not easy, guys. It's not easy. So tell us about, you know, what your experience, because I know, you know, even I think about rain. In Africa, the tropical rain, is different from the rain here. Have you ever noticed?
It is,
here, it rains like, you know, the rain is mild, like, you know how you say it's drizzling, but it can drizzle for the whole day. Since morning and that, but it's more drops like this. But in Africa, when it rains like for 30 minutes, it's heavy rain, and then it stops, and then you can go on and do other things, and it shines after that. So just tell us about that.
That was the other experience I encountered in this country. When I was a young boy growing up in Africa, first of all, I never had a jacket.
You never knew.
That's not because my parents couldn't afford one, but because I didn't need it.
You didn't need it, like.
In this country, you need a jacket, not one, but a number of jackets, because you want to be stylish. You don't want to keep the same jacket from year in, year out. A jumper, no. We used to have things like this, t-shirt, and you know, shorts or trousers, and it's easy. You know, you don't worry about the weather. So let me tell you my experience. When I first came into this country, I came around the months of November.
That's winter.
Winter starting, and we're getting there to proper winter. It came December, and winter was strong, and snow was falling. Guess what? I had gone to work on that day when it snowed heavily. First time to experience snow. I had never seen it in my life. First experience. I'm a novice in this area. So I was looking, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's snowing for a few minutes and it's gonna stop. It did not stop.
Didn't you take pictures? Most people then.
No, I just got scared.
And you got scared?
I got scared. I said, what's gonna happen?
What's gonna happen? Am I gonna turn into snow myself?
When I finished work, I went to the bus station. The buses were not running, and I was about 2 hours away from home. How was I gonna get there? I walked. You walked? I walked.
So how long it took you? Because it was 2 hours away.
On the bus, I walked. I think it took me about 4 or 5 hours walking.
I'm so sorry.
I know, it's so funny. The good thing is, I was calling home. And I was telling my mom at home and say, look, I'm stuck. She said, okay, relax, don't panic. I know the buses are not running, but you have to get home. So do whatever it takes. Walk. You don't have an option.
Just do what you have to do.
I had to walk. my first experience. I walked and I fell. I slipped and fell.
Yeah, it's very dangerous.
It's a new experience. Yeah, I had never walked on ice on the floor, and it was too much thick. This level.
When you're eating some of this, people like eating and getting excited.
I wasn't. I was like,
miserable.
No, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
How do I have to make it to my house? And I had to walk. So it was a bad experience, but I managed to maneuver and got home. But it wasn't easy. The following day, I couldn't go back to work because the snow was all over the place. There was no public transport. I think I was in the house for the rest of the week without work.
So
these are things that people never tell you.
Long johns in, because when you come, you don't even know that when it's winter, you have to wear underneath clothes and the garments. We call them long johns. You have to wear a body warmer inside, keep warm. You know, guys, you have to wear like 3-4 layers of clothes to keep the warmth.
And you know what? At that point, I didn't even know that I needed those clothes. I never had them. Remember, I had just come into the country.
Hasn't shoved them.
I don't have them in my wardrobe. I didn't have them. I was frozen, all frozen.
I can't imagine.
When I got into the house, all I needed was a cup of tea.
And
just to warm up. The heating and try to warm myself up.
You've just reminded me, you know, we did talk about that. You know, this is about the weather as well. Because when I first came here, guys, like I was like calling my mom back home. You know, I speak to my mom each and every day, like morning, lunch, evening. I have to update her, like, you know, every day. So I was saying to her, you can't believe it's winter and it gets dark during the day. It's daytime and it's dark. I had never seen that, because it's like 2 p.m. coming to 3:30. It's dark, pitch black, guys, like it's midnight. I'd never seen that. And then when it's winter, it gets dark. When it's summer, it gets dark at around 10 p.m. in the night.
I agree.
So it's so different, like the weather. So my mom will never forget this, because I kept on saying to her, it's daytime, but it's night. She said, what do you mean? What do you mean? Ngamugamba kati budde misana na yechilo. Nagamba, you're not going crazy. What are you saying? But you know, luckily she's been here to visit me twice, and she experienced it as well. So it made more sense to her. So you know, that is the challenge about like the weather here. But also, what about social networking and, you know, support? Because when we are back home, we have all our extended families, because, you know, in Uganda, like they encourage all like the culture and background we come from. We have extended families, the aunties, uncles, grandmoms, and everybody. So you get a lot of help. Let's say you are a young parent starting up a family, you will have a lot of people chipping in to help you, which is different here. First, you have just come to a country, you've left all your friends back home, you need to make new friends. How was that for you?
Yeah, that was another challenge, because as a young man growing up, I had kept peers with me when I was back home. A few friends around with whom we could go out and have fun and encourage one another and do things together. But when I came here, I was a loner. And these are the things they never tell you. So when you come here, you won't get friends easily. One of the reasons is because we keep indoors a lot. Most of the time we are indoors. You only leave your house to go to work. You leave your house to go to university or college. You leave your work. There's nothing like visiting, this typical visiting.
Like we come like from a place where you visit people, you don't even announce that you're gonna come by, you just arrive by here. If you go to visit somebody and they didn't make an appointment with you, they're not gonna open the door for you, because first they may not be there, maybe they are out working, they are busy doing shopping and stuff and anything, or they may be inside, like they won't open for you, because why are you there? You never made an appointment.
You're a stranger.
And it's normal. It's normal here, I'm telling you. You don't I know some people out there will be thinking, how is that possible? But you have to make an appointment to come and visit people. You know, you don't just turn up. Yeah,
Even
nobody will be happy to hear that, and you'll be disappointed. People will be thinking, you know, we don't have time, you found us going out and all that. And what about this, like, you know, what people usually say, like, you know, when people come here, they don't seem to support one another. Everyone is for themselves, like, you know, everyone for themselves and God for us all thing, like survival for the fitness, you know what I mean? Everybody thinking, I have to do this to get there. So I
think with my experience it was a bit different, because I had a family here already established. So each member of my family was supporting me in a different way. Some of them were telling me where to apply for my status. Others were telling me, connecting me to jobs, and teaching me how to navigate around, how to start using the train and the bus service, and moving from point A to B. So they were very supportive, although they never had much time. But at least they would sacrifice a little time of theirs and try to take me around and show me things. So I want to even take this opportunity to appreciate my entire family in the UK for all they did for me, because I really I'm so grateful, because I didn't suffer that much like someone who doesn't have anyone to help you around. So I was supported in that area. But the few friends I managed to get, I got them when I joined college and then university, because like I said, you couldn't just walk on the street and make friends. It's not that easy.
You have to be careful when you become friends.
Exactly. I remember, by the way, I was told off one day. My auntie told me off. She was upset with me because I was coming from work, and there is this guy who used to come to our place of work, and he was like a good customer. So I was finishing work very late, and this guy said, "Oh, I can give you a lift." Where do you live? I said, "Oh, I live this side of the country, of the area. So can you please give me a lift?" He said, "Yeah, I'll drop you." Then I entered his car and he took me. While I was in the car, my auntie called me and said, "What's up with you? Where are you?" And I said, "Oh, there is a gentleman who is giving me a lift here." My auntie said, "Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?" I'm like,
do you know them?
And auntie, what do you mean? They've just given me a lift. You can't sit in someone's car. Do you know that person? How well do you know that person? Where do you know where he's taking you?
Insured, like, to be in that car, like, are they insured to give you a lift? Like, so, all this.
People don't want to make friends. I was thinking this is someone I know, but my auntie told me off and said, "Never, ever, ever do it again. Never sit in someone's car, because you don't know these people. You don't know what he can do to you, where he's taking you."
Up to stuff. There can be some dodgy people out there, guys. So you
I'm
have
like,
to be
oh God,
careful,
what's happening in this country? You don't sit in people's cars.
You don't make friends. So I know we say we're gonna be mainly talking about the challenges, but we cannot talk about challenges without first of all seeing what the benefits, because with everything there is always advantages and disadvantages of something. So now, Uncle Jeff, what benefits are there, like, to move into another country which is like a developed economy? What benefits there is, like, as a person, what can you say that maybe I've achieved this, and if I stayed home I wouldn't have achieved that?
Okay, thank you for the question. One of the benefits, personally, when I came into this country, I had not completed my education. So when I came here, I managed to complete my education, that is going to university and getting my degree, not just one, but 2 degrees. And
that's good, well done.
Yeah, thank you. And that helped me to position me in a good job.
So degrees, 2 degrees in what? We would like to know.
My first degree is in public health.
Us.
Yeah, my first degree is in public health.
Wow.
And my master's degree is in health policy. Right. I could go into details, but because we don't have too much time. But basically, what public health is all about is getting to know more about your health and the health around you. And this is where I've specialized. I love health. I love keeping fit and keeping healthy and eating well and exercising. But I can tell you that before coming into this country, although I could hear about these things, but I wasn't so passionate about them until when I went to do a degree and then started to live that lifestyle of living healthily, because now I know what it means. I know what it means for someone to be healthy. I know what it means to live in a healthy environment. I know what it takes to maintain that good standard of health. So I would encourage every one of you to read about health, because it's health you need at the end of the day for you to live.
You're educating us here, Uncle
Thank you,
Jeff.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so like going back to the advantages, you're saying you did your degrees, and then what else? Is there something else you would attribute to being here in the UK?
Yes. After acquiring my degree and finding a job, I'm able now to sustain myself and my family. Before coming here, I was kind of stuck because I didn't know how my future was going to be. I was kind of anticipating, am I going to be this or that? I didn't even have a career trajectory or pathway because I didn't know. But coming here managed to keep me focused and know that this is the area I want to become a professional. So having a career, because many of us who are not in these developed countries, we just live by. We don't have a career. We are not career focused. But one of the things that I know and I'm doing now is having a career. I'm a career focused person now.
That's good.
Like I said before, I know about my health. And this information is not just for me as a person, but it is for me and my family, my extended family, and the community I live in. And now look, we are on this show now. I'm sharing this information with all the viewers.
And which is what information is for, because if you have it and you know all these nice important things you've learned at uni and you're not sharing it with anybody, it will be there like in you, it's of no use. You have to share out, educate others. So go on. So you're thankful to the Queen.
I am giving me an opportunity. Yes, giving me an opportunity. We all know, those of us, let's take the picture of Uganda. We know how people are struggling to find school fees in Uganda to educate their children. As if that's not enough, even when they find that money to educate their children, the children leave university but they can't find a job.
Exactly.
You know, even when they find a job, the job is not worth the education they have attained. So I'm so grateful, like you were asking me, to be in this country, acquire education, find a job, develop myself, develop my skills, and live happily.
That's good. And you did mention about family. Uncle Jeff, you're a family man.
I am a family man.
Thanks for letting us know, because there may be people watching, asking, what's up with Uncle Jeff, what's going on and stuff. So.
I'm happily married, and I'm here to tell you that I'm not searching. But I encourage people who are searching, because that's a topic for another day.
With kids
with kids. If you want to live a good life, you need a partner.
You do.
Because partners add something to us.
And somebody you can get along with, somebody who will support your dream, support you in your career. You have to be a team, isn't it? That is so important. It's a very important aspect of life.
Even the education I mentioned about, my partner was there, very supportive when I was studying for my degree. So without her, probably things would have been harder. But she managed to help me, calm me down, support me in everything, and then I was able to accomplish my education.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Uncle Jay. Okay, so having discussed the benefits, now we are moving on to the challenges. This is going to be a broad topic, because I feel like it's mostly challenges we face that pull us back. So they are different things like, bills, paying rent, which is like weekly rent. Like in Uganda, you pay rent monthly, isn't it? But here, you may have a small house, like, one-room house or whichever, but then you will be required to pay about £120 per week. Guys, the weeks just flow by like thin air. There is a lot of other things like, the challenges of cultural differences, food. I've had like people who are so miserable because they can't eat their matoke, which is green bananas in Uganda. But myself, to be honest, I wasn't so taken back with the food. Like, I adapted to that so well, because anyone who knows me knows I like my fast food, chicken and chips, yeah. So, you know, they are different things because Uncle Jeff, I heard you talk about like these 2 degrees. I know that it's so expensive, like it's tens of thousands, and you've been to uni twice. How did you like manage to afford this education? How did you pull the funds together, bearing in mind that when you are at uni you can't work, and even people like who come here as students, you have to pay your tuition. At the same time, the government limits how many hours you work. Like, do they do 20 hours? How many hours now?
20 hours.
20 hours, and you have to attend your lectures, you have to attend your lessons. So basically there is a lot of challenges. Uncle Jeff, tell us about the challenges you found in this country.
Taking you back to my time at university, before you go there, basically you need to have your status sorted out. So if you have your status papers sorted out, then you become a citizen. Then you have an opportunity to pursue your degree. Or otherwise, if that's not the case, the other channel are those people who come from Africa and they apply for a student's visa to come here and study. So how did I manage? That's the question. I managed to get what they call a student's loan. So student's loan, basically what that does is to support your tuition, but also support your well-being at university. But this is money, it's a loan. So you have to pay it back. With interest. With interest.
Because before I never knew. I thought, you know, these are funds that are available to students. They know students are not working. They're not in good financial situation, but there is interest. They keep on adding the interest. Man, you can pay the student loan like for ages, years after you've qualified. Guys, I think that is a topic for another day. But, you know, with the challenges, that is one of them. And what else?
The other challenge, I had to juggle work with studies, because you can't just rely on student loan, which will come every 3 months. You need transport, you need to eat, you pay your rent where you live, and all those things. So when I was at university, I managed to work part-time. Thankfully, my employer allowed me to do certain hours, and then the rest of the time I was at university. It wasn't easy, it was difficult juggling that work and studies. You have to read your books and make sure you get a good degree. So it wasn't easy, but I managed to overcome that. The other challenge is the food. I heard you mentioning about food. Ladies and gentlemen, most of the food we eat comes from the fridge or freezer. Now that's a challenge. Where I grew up in Africa, I used to enjoy my good food. They get it freshly from the garden into the household, and it's prepared and we eat it fresh and organic. Come to the UK, come to Europe where it's cold. The food is cold. You have to warm it. In every household, by the way, there's got to be a microwave. There's got to be a fridge and freezer. There's got to be an electric kettle. So
those are necessities, guys. You have to have these.
But I can tell you, back home, these are not necessities. No. You can live happily and have your fun without them, and you are happy. We used to enjoy our lives in Africa, kicking football and playing and enjoying and eating our organic and fresh food. But we never needed these things. But when you are in Europe, you need them, because, like I said, the food is cold, you need to warm it. That's another challenge, eating food from the fridge or freezer.
So, Uncle Jeff, because the list for challenges, we cannot exhaust it. Like, you know, we can just mention here and here different things and compare it to the life we used to have. But I just wanted to ask, because we come here hoping for a better life, do people actually achieve this? And if yes, how and why? And if not, why, you know?
Okay, that is a good question and critical question. Depends on everyone's circumstances. Some people make it, some don't. But why and when and how? Right. I think what I've discovered in this environment, in this country, or any other first world country, you have to acquire certain things which will help you achieve your goals. And what are these things? One, like I've said in my introduction, acquire an education.
Education, very important.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
In my field of study, we have what we call the social determinants of health. And education is key, in those determinants. Because if you want to have a good, complete, perfect life and health, then you must have an education.
Educate yourself, guys.
Education is key. I can't talk more about this, but I can tell you it's a key factor if you want to make a fulfilling life in these advanced countries. One may ask why? Why education? Why? I can still make it even if I don't have education.
Yeah, some people have made it without.
Yes, of course. But what education is going to do for you is to give you this wider knowledge of understanding things. Even if you're going to start your own business, without education you can miss out on understanding some of these concepts. But if you have a good education, then you can interpret things, you can comprehend, you can reason things, you can criticize and know the ins and outs of anything that you are doing. But also, it doesn't stop on you. Once you have the education, you can pass it on to your family, to your children. It's a motivator, by the way. You have an education, you'll motivate your children. You'll motivate your family members and your friends.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. But that's not enough. The other thing you can do to make it in life is to, well, it's education, but also seek knowledge. It may not be through formal education, but it could be seeking knowledge through maybe attending some seminars where they can give you insights on things. You know, for example, if you want to start a business, how will you know if you don't attend seminars, if you don't read books, if you don't go to open days to find out how a certain business can be started? So make yourself aware and ready to go out there and find information. I think we should say information. Finding information. So make sure you find information. So you're saying some people make it because they went out and made it a main point to educate themselves, to pursue education,
to find information on different aspects of life. Is that it? Like
no. So the other way to make it. The other way to make it
because of that.
The other way to make it is find a partner.
Okay.
Some people don't take this serious, but I take it serious. Because I can understand, I can tell you now that one of the things that have made me successful is to have a partner. They always say, where you find a successful man,
there is a strong woman behind, something like that,
But they have improved it and say, besides. Because I don't want to make my woman or put her behind. No. I want to put her besides.
That's a good one.
I know they say behind, I say besides. Because this is the person that will motivate you, encourage you. When you are down, they will lift you up. They will bring you happiness.
And then you can start building a life
together,
like having children. Because you need to have children at a younger age, or when you first come, because I know it's a challenge, like childcare here and stuff like that. Tell us a bit.
Childcare is another challenging issue in this country.
Raising kids.
Raising kids is quite difficult. When we take kids to school in this country, you have to stay with them from when they start school until when they are about 10, 12 years. Every time picking and dropping them. It's difficult. Look, you have to find work. Now you have to drop and pick your kids to school. You have to, maybe you are pursuing a course. It's difficult juggling all these things. But what we do is not to give up. I would encourage each and every one there, don't give up, because you can make it. But the other issue that we have and disturbs most people who have come into this country is living two lives. One leg is in the UK, another leg
is back home,
is in Africa, wherever you come from. I think it's high time that you make up your mind and decide on where you want to live and focus and get established. Because if you don't do that, you will not manage, you will not make it.
And by living, we don't mean like, I know some people may be out there thinking, I can live in the UK, some people have holiday homes elsewhere, but no, this is not what we mean. We mean like settling somewhere, investing, seeing your future there.
Yeah.
Like, when you are a pensioner, where are you going to live? Because we have an issue of like where we have to send money back home for relatives, for friends to purchase properties for us. But does that happen?
Sometimes it doesn't.
You see, those are the challenges, because some people will say, I don't want to buy, I don't want to get a mortgage here. So what should people really do? Do you encourage people to get mortgage, or do you encourage them to buy land and build their life back home in Uganda? Because as we know, it's difficult.
It is, but this is what I would encourage people.
Yeah.
Make up your mind. There is no right or wrong way, but make up your mind.
Yeah.
You could say, I'm in the UK or I'm in Europe to make money for 10, 20 years and then go back home and settle there.
Yeah.
That's a plan. You can say, I want to establish myself, my life in the UK, and so do everything here.
Yeah.
By saying do everything here, that means get your money here, invest, work on your mortgage, work on your pension, save money for your pension. Ensure that you take your children to school and have them settled in school. I know that maybe you can even start your own business here.
So Uncle Jeff, what would be considered as a fulfilling life? Like, it may be as per how the individual perceives it, but to you, what would that be?
Yeah, that is a good question. And because I've studied about health, so a good life is having a good health. But in most cases, we don't all have a completely fulfilling life. Why? Because of the challenges we meet. But we can only try to get there.
And we balance.
But who is that person that has tried to get there? What are the things they have in place that you would say, because this person has got this, has done this, I think they are somewhere, they are better off. One, education. You can't go wrong with education. To me, you can't beat that. Employment.
Okay.
And employment, not every employment. Because when we first came into this country, we were doing we call it taka. It's a Swahili word, meaning everything, whatever comes your way, all you're looking for is getting money. But a fulfilling job is one which will give you the normal working hours, is more than the minimum wage, and it will give you a holiday, will guarantee you pension, all these benefits, and when you are sick, you have sick pay. When you have given birth to a child, you get paternity and maternity. Those are the kind of jobs.
And if you lose your loved one, you're entitled to bereavement.
So I've talked about employment, income. Now this could be confusing, employment and income. You could have an income without an employment. Did you know that?
So how do you evidence that income? Because if you're going to go to the bank to request for a loan mortgage, they would want to see evidence of that income. However, if you don't have a source of it, you have to prove.
Okay, so income, you can generate income through different ways. Some people do certain businesses on the side.
Hustle side.
Okay, we appreciate being in this country, the United Kingdom, and we know that we came here to improve our lives. But some people are probably giving up, thinking maybe the years have come by, maybe I can't make it, maybe it's too late. But the answer is, it's not too late. You can still go back to school and study. You can go to college, you can go to university. You can still have a good plan of knowing where you want to live, whether you want to spend your entire life in the UK, you can make up that decision. Or you can say, okay, I've collected what I've collected in terms of finances. Let me go and start a life back home in Africa or wherever you came from. So it's not too late for anyone. It can never be too late in life, actually. It's just about the decisions you make. Okay? You decide today and say, I'm going to do this. We've seen many people, even those who are not immigrants, they can leave UK to go and settle in Australia, in US, in whatever.
And start afresh.
And start a new life. So it's never too late. Don't give up. Don't lose hope. Don't lose heart. You can still make it. when you want to go to study a course, no one can ever stop you. They can never say you are too old. They can never say this and that, apart from your status. As long as your status is ticking, the rest is there for you, for grabs. Okay? So be encouraged, be motivated, and I can promise you that we will be bringing more interactions on this platform. So if you tune in, subscribe, share, comment, we will be here to give you lots of information.
We encourage one another and inspire one another.
We are not saying that we know it all, but we want to share the little we know with you guys and support one another and support our community, our people from our place. You know, because there are some out there who really lack this information, and if we have the information, hey, why not share it and support a brother, a sister, you know, and help them make it in life.
Okay, that's good. Thank you so much, Uncle Jeff. So another thing I wanted to ask you, you know, for instance, with all the challenges we've said right now, there've been many, like we can have the whole day to discuss all this. Would you still encourage somebody to leave their home country, to leave Africa and come to Europe?
I think it takes good planning. You can't, because there is something we didn't maybe speak about, and that was people who say, I'm selling my land, I'm selling my house, I'm giving up everything I have to go and pursue a new life in the advanced countries. I think you need a good plan. You can't just throw away everything and say, I'm going to start a new life somewhere. You have to have a good plan. And in fact, the best thing is to carry out your research. Find out where you're going, how things are like. You know, if possible, come here and have a visit before entirely saying, I'm joining a first world country and leaving my home country. Find a visa that is a visitor's visa. Come and visit. Go to a place where you want to live and visit first.
Do your research.
Explore, research, check the internet and find that information that you need. Ask questions, ask people who have been there before and ask them how they've made it and the kind of things that you need to put in place before you can really go and settle there. So that is the plan. Don't just go crazy and say, I'm just going, I'm determined, I'm going. Have a good plan.
Okay. So you had all of you out there, if you want to come to the UK, US, whichever country that may be of your choice, you've heard from Uncle Jeff what you need to consider, because often people say, people in diaspora, you're saying this is hard, it's too much bills, too much payments you have to do, but why don't you leave and come back home? People say that because it's kind of, they are thinking that we don't want them to come. No, we want you to come, but we are saying you have to have a plan. You have to know why, you know, when you come, where you're gonna start from. You know, do you have friends, you have family, are you coming as a student? What is it? What's the purpose? What's your goal? Because people have different goals in life. All right, so Uncle Jeff, like, I wouldn't leave this one, like we wouldn't finish the interview without discussing this. I just wanted to ask, you know, like people make different assumptions about life in diaspora. Like some really, like even now they think that everybody who is here does the odd jobs. Even when we go back home, because they have a term they call us basama, so meaning like people who have gone back for the summer holidays. So people can use it to mean like different things as well, like they say basamavu, like because now you don't know how it is back home, things have moved on and all that, but at the same time they use it to say people who have gone back like in the summer holidays and they are from the Western world, they're living a lavish lifestyle. Because people often, I don't know if it's show off, but you know, when you're gonna go on holiday, you get ready like for your holiday. So when you go, because you've been working so hard, you want to have a time off enjoy at the beach and stuff like that. But what is the assumptions people back home make? Because there are people who have come here, like you say, they've gone back to college, they've gone back to uni, they've attained their qualifications, they're doing good jobs. I've met doctors who are Ugandans and other African countries, Nigerians are doing well, Ghanaians, different people, but people back home will be like, oh, you go back, you do these jobs like cleaning toilets, you do like I'm not saying people who do those jobs like unknown people, or it's not a job, like whatever puts food on the plate for you, you have to do what you have to do, but people have different goals, and people have to know if you set your mind onto something and you say this is what I want to achieve, you will get it. And there are people out here who are working in banks, who are doctors in hospitals, nurses, there are people who are social workers, there are people who do different kinds of professional jobs, isn't it?
It is.
So what's the assumption you hear people like assume about life in diaspora?
I think they have a wrong perception about people who live in the diaspora. They think whoever is here is working in the factory. Exactly,
that as well.
Yeah, they think you are doing construction. They think you are doing security, you are working in care. Like you said, these are not bad jobs, by the way. They bring income. You know, they give you money to pay your bills and give you a living. However, again, the decision is in your hands. As an individual, what you want. If you want to stay as a carer, you'll stay as a carer forever. If you want to be a security guard, if you want to be a shop attendant, the choice is yours. But there is something better than that, and you can achieve it. You can get it if you determine. If you determine and say, I'm going to do a course, you can go do it, and then you improve your job status. So the assumption that whoever is in Europe, whoever is abroad, is doing a cheap job which doesn't have status, which doesn't pay them well, but when they go back home they show off. That is something that is up to them who think and look at it that way. But you can decide to improve your job status by acquiring a course, a degree, going to college, get some qualifications, and go out there and apply for those jobs. There is a secret I want to tell you. The secret I want to tell you, if you want to cross over from non-skilled job to a skilled job, go for voluntary work. For example, when you're doing a course in college or in university, because they'll ask you for your experience, which you don't have. So in the process of studying for a course, use the very time you're studying and do some voluntary work. For example, if you want to be a nurse, you can do some voluntary work in care homes, in hospitals, as a volunteer. By the time you finish your qualification, you'll have the certificate and you'll have the experience through volunteering. By the time you go for interview and ask for that job, you have two things. You have the experience you attained through volunteering, you'll have the qualification you attained from studying that course at university. And they will have nothing but just to give you the job, because you will be the suitable candidate. Okay? I think we've given enough tips.
And also to add on to that, sometimes like places where you do voluntary work, they may like to attain you as well, because you've been there, you've offered the service at a very high standard. So you know, try out all these things. And so I think we have given like a lot of points in this video, and like we say, this all the things we've discussed, it is our own views. So you may have a different view on that, or you may be experiencing a different life where you live. You know, all countries are different, they have different policies and, you know, protocols to follow and stuff. So like we say, please let us know how you're getting on, whichever country you are. You know, are you planning to go back home? Would you stay where you are, like in Europe, in America, wherever? So it's been so nice to have you around. watching us. And we want to give a very big thank you to Uncle Jeff here. Like, you know, thank you for your time. Thank you for really like taking time out to come to the channel to share with us all this information. We really appreciate it, and we hope we will come back another time to discuss other topics. You can let us know if there is something else you want us to cover in addition to this. Yes, so we will see you next time. Uncle Jeff, say bye to the viewers.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure saying what I had to say on this channel, and I'm asking you out there to tune in whenever you see new information put up there. Watch, listen, share, and be part of us. Be part of this. We will be back anyway to share more of what we know and what we want to share with you guys. Thank you for having us. Thank you for listening.
Please subscribe, like the video, comment and share, and we love you as always. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye everyone.